Hey guys, I want to welcome you back. We are officially Amazon affiliated, and this product here I have is from LifePro. I waited for quite a while to get this product. I also talked about it with several other YouTube channels, from Bill Knott to Todd at the Carnivore Cure, and they highly recommended LifePro just in general. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about the budget option for LifePro. Wow. Now, the one nice thing that I like about this company here is they offer these in several different colors. I went with the white because I live in a pretty dark home. We got wood surroundings and everything. It's just kind of dull lit. So I wanted white so I could see it and hopefully not trip over it. That's another thing, is these things need to be placed on a hard, flat surface. So like in a kitchen, you don't want to be setting them up on a carpet. But so far, I really like this product, and that's why we're talking about this today. And also, I will have an Amazon affiliate link down in the description section, and I'll probably put that in the comment section as well, just so it's easier to find if you want to shop for this product here or similar products from LifePro, because so far LifePro has been a pretty good company for all of us. So what comes inside the box? Well, this product here comes with these two little stretchy bands. I haven't used these yet, by the way, but because I've been finding a lot of benefit by using this machine. Now, I originally bought this machine for lymphatic drainage. Now, after getting on the machine, I found out it does take a little bit of balance, and that balance helps your lower leg muscles to actually rebuild themselves. So this is basically like a rehabilitation type device. I never imagined that I would ever buy something like this in my entire life, because all those years going to, the older style gyms and stuff, and they had that waistband you put on a vibrating machine. I had no idea what that was for, and it just looked kind of ridiculous watching the older men about my age now just sit there and just jiggle. But now I completely understand exactly what they were doing and why. So this product here does have an on and off button in the very back here. You have to make sure this button is on or off when you're getting ready to use it. You also want to make sure that this thing is off when you're storing it. Now, the place that I have it stored is over here in my living room, and I'm able to flip this thing upright and just slide it right inside behind this little shelf. That way it's kind of out of the way, and it's not going to be kicked around or getting tripped over. My number one concern was this connection right here, and having it plugged in all the time. I didn't want it to get bumped and then accidentally damage this connection. So definitely make sure you take care of where you put it. And on the bottom here, it does have these 4 suction cups, and they stick pretty good. So when you go to lift it up, you have to actually just be gentle with it. You don't want to rip these suction cups off. And these little wings here pop out so you can attach your little stretchy cords right to here. Now, these things are actually kind of hard to put on. I had a hard time putting them on the first time. Oh, and of course right now it's just going to go on lickety split. It was maybe that it was just hard to get off. So I don't know. Let's see if I can get it off easy. That is a little bit more difficult to get off. So taking them off is a little bit harder. But overall, super nice product. I really enjoy using it so far. And this is what I've been using to get out and walk more. Because before I had this product, my feet, my legs, my calf muscles, they hurt so bad that I wasn't inclined to go for long walks. And since I've had this product, I've been able to go for 2 to 3 mile walks without any problem. Something else that comes in the box, we have a quick reminder card about safety, and also a way to register for your lifetime registration. That way you get a warranty on the item. It does have a lifetime warranty, and I believe that's within some reasons. But if this thing should happen to break, I don't believe I'll have any problems at all. And all I did was I scanned this QR code, and it brought me to another page. Now, the information they're going to want, this is incredibly important. The information they want for the registration is not the number on the bottom. This number down here, they didn't ask for that. I was kind of surprised, because most companies want the serial number to their products. LifePro is a little bit different. They want the order number. So when you receive this in the mail, especially if you order it through Amazon, you want to keep that little receipt that comes in the box with the product that says this product's been delivered. On the bottom of the receipt somewhere, it's going to have the Amazon order number. That's the number you're going to enter in when it asks to go to the QR code. Big surprise to me. It was totally unexpected, but that's how they like to do business, and apparently it just helps them keep track of where these items are coming from. Now, something else we had in the box is this really nice little starter package. It basically tells you everything you need to know about the product, how to program the product, all the different functions the product does. There's so many functions this product does that I don't even know them all. And I've had this product for at least 3 to 4 weeks, and I've been using it just the way that I use it for my own personal needs. Now, it does have some programming in here, which I haven't even messed with yet, but it can give you different types of exercise routines, speeds, variations, and stuff like that. Now, as a beginning user, I recommend starting off on the very low setting, especially considering I'm still morbidly obese. I'm a little bit over 300 pounds right now. And when I first ordered this product, I believe it showed up in the mail. I was approximately 315 pounds, and this product here had no problem with my weight. But now the nice thing about this company is they really care about the person using it. So, pick up your guide, get into it, read through it pretty thoroughly before you even get started. And it does give you a lot of basic information. Now, some of that basic information is just the simple stuff, how to use it, how long to use it, try to figure out what stage of rehabilitation you're in, because this really works for rehabilitation, by the way, especially for those of us who haven't been able to get out and walk because we're so morbidly obese. Walking tends to cause us a lot of injuries. And I know I suffered that, when I was 435 pounds, just trying to lose some weight and get out and walk more. But this has jumped me ahead, by several months. So yeah, super cool. So it comes with a really nice extension cord to plug this in. So this here is basically considered a medical device. So I would always recommend plugging any medical device into a solid wall outlet, something that doesn't have a switch, because it would be really annoying to be standing on this thing and somebody flips a switch and it turns off. But yeah, you don't want to be plugging this particular machine into power strips and stuff like that, because if you use it for an extended period of time, it does use a lot of energy and it would overheat a power strip in time. And nobody wants to have a random fire in their house just because they're trying to get well. And it's pretty simple. It's just like plugging in your computer cable. You just take this cable here and plug it in the back, and then boom, you're all set up. You're ready to go. You find a decent wall outlet and you plug this into the wall, and it'll make a noise similar to that. Right now, we're just using this upright power strip because we're not going to actually use the device. We're just using that to get it started and get it set up, just so I can show you some basic features of what this thing does. So when you're standing on it in this position, you can see it's all lit up right here. Now it's got all of these different features. From pause, you can select your speed, and it also has a maintenance type setting. And these are things that I haven't normally touched. Now, when I was using it at first, about the only thing I did use was the red button here on the back to turn this thing on or off, because when you're storing this, you definitely want to have this thing in the off position, because you don't want little kids, animals, or anything getting on it and the thing accidentally turning on, because that could potentially injure somebody. And it comes with this really handy dandy remote. The only problem I have with this remote is that it's a little tiny remote, and this could easily get lost. Now, the more expensive versions that LifePro offers in their vibration plates, they have a real fancy wristband you can put on your wrist, and you can actually have this attached to your wrist. So that's another thing, is when you're on this product, it's doing a lot of shaking. So wherever you have this is what's going to turn this thing on and off. Now, for a safety aspect of using this product, you're going to want to have this in your hand. And I'm going to emphasize that, because getting on or off of this machine when it's running could be potentially dangerous. You could fall off very easily, because like I said, this is a balance board. It does have a left and right rocking to it. So right now I have it set up on the absolute lowest setting. This is where you want to begin. And you only want to do this for anywhere from 5 to 10 minutes just to get started. Now, each one of these program cycles, and it's got 3 of them here. So we have walk, we have run, and then we have a sprint cycle. And each one increases the value of how much it shakes back and forth tremendously. So if you should have like knee replacement, hip replacements, or anything like that, it might not be the best option, because there is a lot of vibration going on here, and that could potentially damage your knees or hips or something like that. So when you do get on here, they do recommend that you bend your knees slightly. That way you're not just standing straight-legged on it and actually doing more damage than you're trying to fix. So we're going to run through the wobbly cycles here. Like I said, this remote here has a bunch of different options. You can select between your mode. You got your power on and off, and then you got some programmable modes. Like I said, I haven't messed with those yet, so I don't know exactly what that does or how it works. You can adjust your time settings forward or back. You can pause it just by pressing that, and when you pause it, it actually slows down gradually, so it's not just a massive, yeah, we're done. And down here on the very bottom, like I said, it's got these 3 settings. We're going to get you started again. And I'll just give you a little show as to how this thing works. We hit this button here in the middle, maybe. Oh, by the way, this remote is very directional. You have to actually point it towards the machine. That's something else I noticed with this remote. You can't just point it off in the room in different directions. So there, I'm changing it to the run setting. As you can see, it's moving quite a bit. Now we're going to change it to the sprint setting just to give you a visual on how this thing moves. Now this thing is really cruising. Wow. Some other recommendations I had for this product from some of the people that have something similar is that if you have a solid table or even a counter, you can set it on the counter and you can use this for lymphatic drainage in your arms just by setting it up on a solid surface, hopefully without your coffee cup anywhere around, because that can kind of ruin things. But you can turn it on. And then you can set your arms on here like this. You don't want to be straight armed, just like with your legs. You just want to have your arms out just to get that jiggly motion. And having this thing set up on the table might not exactly be the best idea because everything's shaking, even my cat. So let's get this thing on the floor and I can show you exactly what it does. Okay, so we got everything cleared out of the way. We got the vibration plate set up on the floor. First thing we're going to do is actually power the unit on with the remote control, and you have to point it at the unit. And that gets it turned on. Now I'm just going to step on it. And if you're a first-time user of this device, I would recommend having something like a wall or even a chair to put your balance on, because this thing will make you become a little bit unbalanced, especially if you're first starting out, when you're extremely morbidly obese and you can just barely walk. So we're going to turn this thing on the lowest setting, just so you can guys get a kind of a visual on what I'm doing here. There we go. This feels nice, by the way. It feels really good on my feet. Now, when I first started using this device, I was using it for 5 to 10 minutes as recommended. And then over time, I was actually able to bump it up to about 15 minutes per session on the lowest setting. And I experimented with all 3 settings. Now, the very fast sprint setting is really fast, by the way. And it was making my legs hurt. So if you're experiencing any pain whatsoever when using this product, you either need to slow the speed down or just get off it for a little while and return to it later. Because for the most part, when I'm using this device, I'm just on a nice gentle rocking motion. And you do have to balance a little bit right and left, because if you lean too far to one side, the unit actually shuts itself off in a way, and it could overheat the system, and it does have a safety and will shut itself down automatically if you lean too far to one side for too long. So when you're standing on this unit in an upright situation, if you're capable of just standing on it and balancing, the thing they recommend is that you don't just hold your arms to the side. You want to kind of bend your knees slightly, a little bit. And then you also want to try to keep your back somewhat straight. And another thing is, you don't want your arms hanging straight down to your side, because you're not going to get the lymphatic drainage benefits from your arms shaking. So basically what I do is I just take my hands and put them on my hips. And you can see that extra motion that's going on in my side arms right now. Now that is activating any issues I might have in my lymphatic system and helping everything drain. And from my own personal experience, I think I fixed everything that I was looking to fix as far as my lymphatic system within the first week to week and a half of having this. So, and the other reason why it's important to keep this thing close is, like I said, stepping off of this, you can actually slip, trip, and fall, and you're going to wind up injuring yourself as a result. So have this thing really close, have it close by, and then when you get ready to shut this thing off, you're just going to hit like the pause button, and it's just going to slowly slow down. And when it's done, your legs are going to feel completely different and absolutely amazing when the vibration shuts off. Oh, that feels great. But as you can see here, the unit is still on. So you can shut it off using the power button. And there is a secondary button on the back like I mentioned before. So if you're going to store this, you're going to want to shut that off. And then when you go to move this product, you're going to want to pick it up here. They have some handholds on the side. You're going to want to kind of slide it and pick it up. That way you can break the suction and move it over to wherever you want it. So this is where I store it for the long term. I can leave it plugged in this way. And when I need to use it, I just simply pull this device out away from the wall, and I can just set it up right here on the floor and then turn it on with the switch on the back. So for the rest of the demonstration, what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually hook these up, because like I said, I have never used these, and why not? They're here. I might as well use them. It's just something I didn't want to have connected to the machine while it's in storage. So you flip these up, you just take these little clips and clip them in there. Then I'll take the other side, same thing, flip out this little piece, take the connection and flip it in there, and then we're all set to go. We can actually give this a shot and try it out and see how this works. Because supposedly there's so many different ways to use this product. And again, like I said, you need to have this remote somewhat handy in order to get things working. This might be a little precarious because I haven't done this before, and you have to actually hold on to these things at the same time. We're just going to get it started on its lowest setting. We're going to carefully set the remote down there and then see what benefits I can possibly get from using these bands. Now these bands are kind of short. Like I said, this is the first time I've actually used these bands. I'm going to try holding them in a couple different directions to see how they do. But as you can see here, the amount of movement, and that's what's actually building up those little tiny muscles. It's fixing my neuropathy in my feet. If I have any lymphatic drainage issues, it's fixing all that from my head all the way down to my feet. And I've been super excited about this product. I was so happy when it showed up. Now I'm not sure if I'm ever going to use these bands again. I'm not 100% sure exactly how they recommend using them, but they really don't bother me. It does give me a way to adjust my balance while I'm standing on the balance board without having to physically touch a wall. Because when I first started using this product, I was using it in my kitchen, and I had a kitchen chair right there, and I had to like basically put a finger on the kitchen chair to maintain my balance, because my balance was just so screwed up. When you have neuropathy, you understand your feet feel like they're on pins and needles. So I also say it's kind of important when using this product to have some sort of shoes on your feet, something with decent traction, because slippers could tend to slide off of this and create an injury. So that's the last thing we want to do, is hurt ourselves in the process of trying to get healthier. Oh yeah, that feels amazing. Okay, these armbands really aren't bad, but you got to hold them out a little bit like this to feel that little jiggle in the side arms. And I got a lot of jiggle going on here in the midsection, which as soon as this machine shuts off, it's going to feel absolutely amazing. You're going to feel a little bit of numbness in all those jiggly spots. And that's kind of what you want, you know, because when you remember when you were young and you were out riding your bicycle and you were out going across some dirt roads and stuff like this, your arms used to jiggle, and when you were done, your arms, legs, and your feet, everything was slightly numb. This helps create that experience, but in the comfort of your own home, so you don't have to actually get outside on your bicycle. And hopefully I can get out on my bicycle as a result of using this thing daily. That would be amazing. I'd be super excited and super happy to get on that mountain bike again, and I believe that's coming really soon. We're gonna hit the pause button. That's gonna slow this thing down automatically. This seems like a good way to hold these with two hands. That way you can operate your remote. I'm learning as I go as well. And then it slowly calms down, and then I feel a sensation all the way through my entire body. Everything that was shaking, it feels great. Absolutely amazing. And again, you always want to shut this off. So what are my overall opinions on this Life Pro inexpensive vibration plate? And by the way, this is on sale right now. If you click my affiliate link, it's going to be about $10 cheaper than when I purchased. It might even be $12 cheaper. I don't know. I bought it for $89.99. I believe the link will take you to the same product. I don't know if the white color is available because the colors go in and out depending on availability. And certain colors are just more popular than others. So you might not be able to find white. You might have to choose black, bronze, or red. And yeah, so far, I really do like this product. If I were to say if there was anything else I could do to this product to make it a little bit better for me, it would be to have a wristband for this, possibly a place to store this little tiny remote. That way it's not going to get lost, kicked, or lost in between the couch cushions or something like that. That would be super helpful. Now, another thing I would like is possibly a storage place somewhere on the machine, you know, for these little guys, because once you get done using this machine, if you don't have a specific place to actually set this machine, these things could create a tripping hazard depending on the size of your environment. I live in a trailer home. I don't have a lot of floor space, so I can't just leave this thing sitting on the floor because it is pretty bulky. We're about 2.5 feet wide to about 1.5 feet this way. So it does require a little bit of space, a little space to store it. But overall, guys, I wouldn't be talking about this product if I wasn't using it and I didn't believe it was actually something worthwhile to purchase. I mean, absolutely read through the instruction manual before getting started with anything like this. Now, the nice thing about this is you can also set it on the floor just in front of you if you're sitting in a chair, and you can just have your feet sitting on it and let it just do its thing. It's super beneficial. I have tried it that way, and I advanced pretty quickly to be able to actually stand up with it. So yeah, overall, amazing product. It's a great deal right now. This is the inexpensive budget option to hopefully help you get into better health. And again, guys, until next time. And on the bottom here, it does have these 4